Hey, friendship. Hey, everybody out there. Let's see. I'm checking to see if I'm working here. Looks like I am on. What I come on to show you is, and I'm redoing this. I think I've got it correct this time. I want you to see a software that we're using with our mixer board. We have a digital mixer, and I'd like for you to see some of the things that one of the software. It's an app that we're using, and here's the app here. Now open it. This is called Mixing Station. If you can see that up there in the corner, Mixing Station. Very good app. I really like this. It allows me to control the mixer board right from my tablet. Now, many of you out there have probably been doing this and been doing it for a while now. But there's some of us that are just now getting into it, and I'm just going over to some of the basics to help people who are not getting into this. This is not an expert video on how to use it, but just to encourage people or to show them that there's something available that can help their ministry while they're streaming. And this is one of the things. Now, we've had this for a while, and what it helped me to do is it showed me that there's a lot of things that I needed to get right on my board. Gain structure is one of them. Getting your gain structure on the board, and I may just do a video just on gain structure. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and just type in digital board or soundboard gain structure. How to set gain structure on my mixer board. There's tons of videos out there, and they're very helpful, and that is very key. Get your gain structure right. Understand that. When we did that, we were able to get better sound. We were getting sound. This particular church, I think they were happy with what they had. It was one of those deals they didn't know what they were missing until we gave it to them. Now when we hear the singers, they blend better together, they sound better, and what I've noticed is more reaction from the audience, from the people in the audience. And it's because one is clear and it sounds better. And but having this led me to the gain structure, and you may see why when I open this up. Now, I'm at home doing this video, so I'm away from the board. So you'll see an offline version of this software. Here, I'm going to pick my board, the SI Expression. That's by Soundgraph. It's an older board, but it still works good, and we're happy, and it's good enough for us right now. But this is what the software looks like. Let's see if I turn this a little bit more towards the camera, and you can get a better view of what it looks like. How's that? Is that working? I'm very happy with this software. The more that I see it, and the more I use it, the more I'm getting out of it. Let me clean this lens. It looks like my lens might be, I don't know if it's the lens. It's almost like it's out of focus. Doesn't it look like it's out of focus a little bit? Here, let me get something to clean this. Should have done this before, huh? But I'm very happy with this software. Now, if I was at the church, what you would see across the top there, you see those colors? Those colors match the microphones that I have. In other words, there's a setting in here. You can go to this wheel where I'm at now, and you can go in there and change some settings. Or you can also go, I think it's the settings are here. Yeah, scribble strip, and you can go in here and change these, like this one here. So you can change the colors, whatever you want, if you want. Not only that, you can change the name here. So in this one, you can say channel one, and then put a name, the particular singer's name. So you can have each one of these scribble strips across the top can have performer's name. Just makes it easy to know which mic to go to, which mic you're controlling, and that kind of thing. Our SI board does not have a scribble strip on it. That's one of the drawbacks to this over the mic. Sorry about this. Let's see if that works. That clears that up any. This is one of my first videos, so probably the more I do this, the better I get at doing these videos. But like I said, just want to show you a little bit about this software. If you're not using it, this may be something you may want to get installed. If you have a digital board, you should have a internet connection on the back. All you have to do is connect a wireless router. And what I did, or what we did, is purchase a wireless router that is just dedicated to the board. And with a Ethernet cable, run that from the wireless router to the back of the board, plugged it in, and now the board has its own internet network in the church, especially in the sanctuary. So with this software, all you have to do is log in. There's some settings, IP address you have to put in, and there's another number, set of numbers you have to put in, and voila, you're logged in. And you can actually control your mixer board from this pad. As you move these faders, they will actually move on the board. It's amazing, ain't it? It's a beautiful thing. They will move. So that gives you a lot of versatility. The other thing is good about it, you can mix in the audience. Or if you're doing a sound check, you can go up front and mix your monitors. These buses over here, if I was connected at the church, and I'll probably do a video from the church, but if I was connected, it will see all the connections on my board. In other words, instead of seeing mix one, you're liable to see choir monitors. And we have two choir monitors hanging from the ceiling. Then the floor monitors. And then we would come down here, and there's one of these mixes says Facebook. And what I do there is say, if this was a Facebook, I would hit that. Now all these faders control what people hear on Facebook. So I can have a separate mix from the house mix. So we got one mix in the house, and then I have one for the stream that we send out every Sunday morning. Wednesday and Sunday morning. Wednesday Bible study, Sunday morning service. And so again, you can mix here. And by putting on some headphones or being in an isolated room and listening to the service on some speakers or headphones, you can mix and blend, especially the singers, the singing part of it, where you have X amount of people. You can get your blend, and where it's not too loud, not too low, and just blend them and get it just right. So, and that's very important on your broadcast, because really your praise and worship can make you or break you. If it doesn't sound good, people on YouTube or Facebook, they're liable to steer away. Even if the message is good, they won't hang in there. So this here software will help in you getting that mixing with that. And it takes a while. I mean, it depends on how often you use it. If you have sound checks, choir rehearsals several times a week, that is a great time to come in and do that. Now, at our church, since COVID, we don't have we don't have any choir rehearsal or sound check. Unfortunately, I'm in the situation where I do a lot of adjusting during service. And I have to be very subtle about it because we don't want to disturb it. But I wish I had, like a Saturday or a choir rehearsal, and then I can really do some adjustments and get it fine tuned. But we're getting there, even though I'm doing it on Sunday and we're getting there. We always had a good sound system, but it's sounding even better. And I give a lot of credit to this software. So you tap this again, and now you're back to your sanctuary. Channels 1 up here, that's how I know I'm back in the sanctuary. Let me see what the difference. You can see the difference in how that looks. That lets you know if it looks like this with these here across, you're working with your bus or other channels other than your sanctuary. I hit this and go back here, and now I can mix what you hear inside the sanctuary. My singers, the musicians, etc. Even announcements are done. I can control that. Up here is your mute. And again, what I mute here, mutes on the board. So right now, all these channels are mute. If I want to open up number 10, just tap that. Now it's ready to go. So my singers may be here, here, and here. Now their mics are open and ready to go. And when they're done, I just close them out. And then I go to the pastor's mic and open his. Depending on where he's at, if he's already in the pulpit, I may wait to the last minute to open his mic. Or if I do open it, I may pull the volume down. He can sing, he's a singer. So sometimes he likes to sing along, or he'll get into the feeling and he wants to be a part of that. I'll open his mic and blend him in. He very seldom does he want to take the lead. He just wants to sing the chorus. And I'll have him there, allow him to sing that chorus. I shouldn't say allow, but I'll open up his mic so he can. And but again, this gives you a lot of flexibility. What else I'm going to tell you? So if you have more than 10 channels, all you have to do is come up here, 11 to 20. These can be some more channels, 21 to 30, and it depends on how many channels your board has or how many channels you have set up. So it covers, this goes all the way up to 51, 54 channels here. And with a lot of these boards, you can even probably do more the way they set up, how you route them and all that. I'm not into that yet. I haven't gotten there, but some of the videos I've seen, these boards, these modern digital boards are just amazing. And they're getting smaller because they have pages now. Pages just like a book. So this would be pages too. Say I have this page, I have 1 to 10. This page, I have 11 to 20. This page, 21 to 30. I still can do sound. You can have things on here. So if you want to break your drums down to every drum, cymbal, or whatever, 4, 5, 6 mics, 7 mics on the drums alone. So you can this page would be your drums. And so you can mix your drums. Best to do that in sound check. Get that as close as possible and then make minor changes after you get started. Another thing that I like about this singer here, I can go in here and tap this, and now I can see their EQ. This thing, he has a gate, of course the board does, but I can control all of that. I can turn this on, You can turn all the EQ off, just like you can on the board, turn it on. I tap this and it get a little bit bigger, and there's my EQ. I can adjust it just with the pen. Take away, add whatever I think is necessary. Also, while I'm here, I can adjust the volume too. I don't have to switch back and forth. I can do the volume here. I can even mute, unmute here. And shows the frequency, how much gain I'm giving it. Let me see, did the gain change on that? Yeah, it did. So that's why you have this here, your volume. Because as you make changes, you literally change the volume on this. Here is turning it on, turning off, turn it on. LC is low cut. And so I can cut out some of that bass down there. Usually, I've been told through 100, 200, that's where you want it. On your singers, you don't need a lot of bass on your singers. Again, this is through research, watching videos, talking to guys who are what I would say is professionals. And that's what we've done. So I'm not sure how I would do that here. Yeah, here we go. Bring that on over. Yeah, somewhere in there. And cut out a lot of that on the singer's voice. Things like keyboards, bass guitar, maybe one of the drums you want to have, you want that bass to be in there. But your singers, unless it's a male with a deep voice, and he may be able to handle that. But what that does, it takes a lot of mud. They call it mud, that muddy sound, almost like a muffled sound. I just put my hand over my mouth, and it takes a lot of that. It gives you a little more clarity. And that's what you want from your singers, is that crisp sound, that clarity. Again, this is all I learned. I'm not an expert, y'all. I'm hardly an expert, but it makes sense. This makes it easy for you to do. For me, this is a lot easier to do it in this graphical on my tablet than it is to do on the board, because I can visually see what I'm doing. On the board, not necessarily so. So, you have all your EQ 1, 2, 3, 4 that you can, and you find a frequency that may be giving you trouble. And, I may do like this, try to find it. It may be high, mid-high. And if I do that and it gets worse, well, I know that's the frequency. And so what I'll do is pull that frequency down. I think I can narrow this too. There's some way you can narrow it. I'm not sure on how. But there's some way, in other words, I can narrow this band. The Q, I think it's the Q, but you can narrow this. Anyway, I'm getting into stuff that I don't know a lot about. But what I am demonstrating what the software is capable of doing. And so this can be very helpful to your ministry. Again, I had a guy once at one church tell me that this was a smiley face, is how you do sound, but it's not. A matter of fact, if you can leave your EQ right here, just like where it is, that means it's a perfectly tuned room, your sound system perfectly tuned, but you may have to make slight adjustments to get it sound. Sometimes you have feedback. And again, that could be gain structure. You don't have your gain set right. And that's another area to look into. Again, this is compressor. Here's your compressor right here. You can set your compressor. Again, if you haven't been doing that, do your research. But this just keeps people in a box. People who have that good voice and they may distort on the high end. You can adjust that so you can still get that sound, but it doesn't distort. And again, I would tell you to do your research to know what you're doing or how to do that. I'm still learning. You have your attack, release, ratio, threshold, and gain. And again, you have your volume, because once you do this, you'll hear a difference in your volume. These are great. Again, I'm illustrating all these points to demonstrate what this software is capable of doing. I didn't talk about a price. This is very reasonable, $8 or something like that. I think I paid for a license. Again, that's extremely reasonable for what you're getting. You have gates up here. And again, we don't use that at our church. Maybe sometime in the future. Right now, we don't even have the drums mic'd. But normally this is on the drums. I guess you can put it on any microphone where that microphone will close when no one is. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that mic will close when someone is they're not using the mic, and that helps cut down on feedback and a lot of noise. Say you have some singers in the background. Actually, again, I've seen more of the videos on the drum. But say if you have singers and they're holding the mics, their mics on, and you're not going to mute them, but during the parts of the song they're not singing, and their mics are still picking up. They may be picking up the lead, they may be picking up the instruments. Something like a gate, if set properly, can shut those mics off. Now the only thing is, if it's too tight and all of a sudden now you're able to hear it, you hear music and all of a sudden it get quiet, then that may be a problem. Again, for you experts out there, you can correct me on that or explain to better than I. But I'm just giving you, for those who haven't used it or not using it right now, giving you a ballpark idea of what a gate does. You may be saying, is this necessary? It may not be, but it's not bad to have this available, because if at one day you may, you find yourself wanting to use this. And so we back at our sanctuary. I think one last thing. See, there's see that you can scroll through here, and there's a lot of things that you can set up. For instance, we have these set up not in this order, but say choir. This one might be choir monitors. This one may be floor monitors. This one may be our Facebook feed, our stream feed. So again, each of these you could control what goes to where just by touching this. We have a television downstairs in our fellowship room that we use that as an overflow, or we show movies sometimes, but every Sunday the television is on and you can watch service in the fellowship hall. And so, mothers may be with young children, and instead of bringing them up to the sanctuary, a baby that is crying, she can go to the fellowship hall, but still watch and hear service. Now, well, with this, I can still take this downstairs and set it so the volume is comfortable and they hear everything. Matter of fact, sometimes sitting downstairs looks better than being in the sanctuary. That's how great a picture is on that television. And so we can set these for a lot of things. You may have a hallway, a lobby. You can set the sound for your lobby. And now it's just a matter of your imagination of what you can hear, what you can do with this. So, like I said, this is called Mixing Station, and it's very reasonable for what you get. Again, put comments in, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for more. We'll try to do some more. And again, I'm just demonstrating what we do at our church, and I listen to some guys out there like AJ, the CEO, and he's been very, very helpful and giving me ideas. And there's a lot of good church front. I listen to a lot of their videos, and there's many other guys out there. And so I've learned a lot about sound. It's hard to find someone to take you under your wing and teach you. And really, I understand they don't have the time. So it's very fortunate we have YouTube today. You can learn a lot from professionals by just watching their videos. And so I'm putting one out just to show what we do at Friendship Baptist Church of Girard, Ohio. And again, put some comments out there. If you have any more questions about this particular app or what we do, put that in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And I think I've covered everything on this app. Again, I am very happy with it at this point. We use it every Sunday, and we have plans of even maybe going into a dedicated room, setting this up, and controlling our stream from that room. The only thing now that you'll find is what you hear. What I normally hear is delayed, so I'm mixing the delayed mix. So the quicker that I get this mix, the better it sounds. But that's something I'll have to work out later on. But right now, I'm satisfied that if I can get a good mix out to the people online, that's my goal, is to get that out to them. All right, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. And once again, be sure to hit the like button, and if you like, subscribe to us. Hit the bell so you can get reminders next time we have a video. You'll get a reminder that we have a new video out there. And leave comments or any questions that you may have. Take care out there. God bless.